now 6 o'clock right here on Big Breakfast. Today FM, today's hit music.
Hey, I'm Pauline.
And I'm Alan. Tune in to the Breakfast Show on Today FM with Pauline and I every weekday morning.
From 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Right here on Today FM, today's hit music.
Today FM, today's hit music.
Good evening, this is FBC News. I'm Jackie Spate. In this bulletin, church minister charged for indecent assault and remanded as he is investigated further for other serious offences. Progress made in sale of government assets. And Kiribati's President Anote Tong commends Fiji championing the realities of climate change in the Pacific. A pastor who faces one count of indecent assault appeared at the Vale-level Magistrates Court today. He is in police custody as they continue their investigation on other serious offences. Chanel Sivan reports.
John Ezokanauto is alleged to have indecently assaulted a person between 1st January 2006 and July 2006 in Nandera, Nasinu. Prosecutor Meli Vosawale said police are still investigating other alleged serious offences. He says they are taking statements from alleged victims and it is highly likely Zokanauto might interfere with them. He asked that Zokanauto be remanded in custody while police be given 7 days to complete their investigation. The pastor's lawyer told the magistrate that he was disgusted with some of the media reports about his client, which he claims were prejudicial. Magistrate Charles Rathakale told him that the reports do not affect the case. Pastor Zokanauto remained in police custody until a ruling on his bail application on Friday. Members of the public packed the corridors outside the courthouse as the pastor appeared. Chanel Shivan, FBC News.
Parliamentarians today went through the basics of what a national budget is and what is contained in various budget documents. Conducted by the Finance Ministry, the briefing informed members of the House on how to go about reading and understanding the budget. Finance Minister Ayaz Said Qayyum says this allows for more informed debate in the House.
Well, no, hopefully we'll get a lot more focused debate. We also will have a group of MPs who will know actually how to read the budget documents. That's always been a problem. People don't necessarily know how to read budget documents. They don't know where to look for issues because, you know, a particular MP, for example, may not necessarily be interested in, say, you know, trade and industry, but they may be specifically interested in agriculture.
The same training was held for some non-government organisations this afternoon. The government expects to make an announcement on the sale of at least one state-owned company in about a month's time. Public Enterprise Minister Ayaz Said Qayyum confirmed on FBCTV's For the Record last night that there has significant progress since the decision to divest.
The government has, since the announcement of the sale, turned down some offers to buy shares in state assets.
Last year, I know we had made announcements on that, but none of the sales actually took place because we were hesitant to do it because the pricing was not good. You see, we are not divesting our shares in the sale of these assets. And mind you, we're not selling, you know, the entire lot to somebody or a group of people or a group of companies. We are strategically getting partners. So the idea is we not just get the best pricing, but we get a good strategic partner.
On offer are Airports Fiji Limited, Fiji Electricity Authority, Fiji Ports Corporation Limited and Government Printery. The sale of FEA shares might come last. According to Finance Minister Ayaz Said Qayyum, it's a large entity to deal with when it comes to divesting shares and there needs to be a lot of background work. All sales are partial divestments. The government keeps majority shares.
So you need, for example, somebody who's already been in the energy sector. You need somebody, for example, who's already been in the port sector, and they bring actually value, not just in terms of the dollars that they spend to buy the shares, but value to the company, value to the country.
The Finance Minister is confident that at least one of the sales will be finalized before the 2016 budget announcement on November 6th. The Fiji National Provident Fund has already confirmed its interest in most, if not all, these assets. Edwin Nand, FBC News.
Prime Minister Vorengeng Bainimarama met in New York today with the President of Kiribati, Anote Tong, and Tuvalu's Foreign Minister, Taukilina Finikaso. They met to reaffirm commitment and solidarity on the Suva Declaration as the Pacific's blueprint for the 2015 climate change agreement to be adopted in Paris later this year. The leaders agreed that the reality of climate change for the Pacific Islands poses irreversible loss and damage to our people and livelihood. They emphasized that key objectives in the declaration include a legally binding agreement committing all parties with a review of mitigation efforts every 5 years. The leaders agreed to an advocacy plan and strategy that will fortify solidarity on the Suva Declaration on the road to Paris. Kiribati President Anote Tong has commended Fiji for its efforts to champion the realities of the impact of climate change. In an exclusive interview with FBC News, President Tong said he will be convening an extraordinary meeting with other Pacific Island countries to discuss the issue of climate-induced migration. Maggie Boyle with the story.
The deportation of Kiribati national Ioane Tetiota from New Zealand last week has generated some interest in discussions about climate change refugees. Kiribati President Anote Tong admits while there isn't an immediate need now to claim climate change refugee status, it is something to be discussed for the future.
I am convening a meeting of countries close by, including Fiji, has been invited to discuss this issue. So Australia and New Zealand have been invited together with those countries most likely to be looking to relocating their people, the most vulnerable countries.
And while many people describe Tong as the Pacific's ultimate voice on climate change, the President has applauded Fiji's efforts to set a clear agenda.
Fiji has been the one country that's been the most forthcoming, and I think is challenging every other country. And I think this is the kind of response that has been sadly lacking in the past. There's been no leadership in this, and I think Fiji is taking leadership.
Tong argues that COP21 in November will be a make or break for a legal binding commitment on climate change, adding that there is still time to lobby Australia and New Zealand to commit to a reduced temperature rise of 1.5 degrees.
I know that their argument is this: it will hurt our industries, it will jeopardize our economic growth, our lifestyles. And the response that I've been giving is this: okay, we understand that. But please also understand that whilst for you it's a matter of maintaining your lifestyles, for us it's a matter of survival. So
after 12 years at the helm, Anote Tong will be exiting the office of the President this term. While he admits there have been many challenges, it will be an ideal send-off if there is a climate change resolution. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
In the news ahead, another phase of 4-lane roads in Nandi to begin in December.
Great words there from Lucky Dube and Babana. Hope you enjoyed that number. Different colors just for you. On Gold FM, only the classic hits. Louise with you on the Center Show. Well, thank you so much for the sweet company. This is Alana Miles, one of my favorites, and Black Velvet for you. Hi there. Join me on the Center Show every weekday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for the best sounds on Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
The head of the Fiji Police Force, Major General Ben Huneveld, has warned his officers that he will not tolerate any misconduct. Opening the second basic recruit course at the Fiji Police Academy in Suva this morning, Police Commissioner Huneveld says he is concerned with reports of misconduct and ill discipline that are constantly brought to his attention. He says steps are being taken to reduce the number of civil litigation cases against the force. Meanwhile, 109 police recruits will undergo the 4-month course at Nasova and Nasese. The Employment Relations Advisory Board is yet to meet since the International Labour Organization Assembly in June. Minister for Employment Chiochi Kondrote told FBC News talks are ongoing to convene all parties to progress a joint report on labour laws. In June, the Fiji Trade Union Congress filed an official complaint with the ILO, claiming a non-observance of freedom of association and the protection of the right to organize. In November, the parties are expected to return to the ILO and report back on the issue or face a commission of inquiry by the international body. The board constitutes the trade unions, the Fiji Commerce and Employees Federation and the government. Youth representatives and leaders from 5 maritime islands in the Eastern Division are raising issues they face back home in a stakeholders forum in Suva. Akusita Tale reports that the meeting will enable these youth reps to seek assistance from the ministry.
The youth representatives from Lau, Kandavu, Rotuma, Koro and Batiki hope the two-day meet will ensure relevant stakeholders assist their villages and communities to iron out problems faced daily.
The abusive of drugs in the island from the youth. And the second thing, the problem of our transportation.
Normally the youth there, back there, many of them they're like uneducated. Second issue, like the youth, like they a bit like shy. They say, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that.
Drugs, non-communicable diseases, agriculture, biosecurity threats, climate change and fisheries are also some of the concerns that have been raised by the youth representatives. The Youth Ministry has given its assurance the Maritime Islands will not be isolated.
The issues that we have in the Maritime Islands is the capacity. We need to build up their capacity. To build the capacity to do income generating projects, to build the capacity to be a good leader. Today they have requested that leadership be provided to some of the youths in the villages, and also to build their capacity to run things in the villages.
The ministry is also encouraging the youth to begin taking up initiatives for themselves and not wait around for the government's assistance. The forum ends tomorrow. Akusita Tale, FBC News.
Work on the 4-lane project from the Vutulevu roundabout to Wailolo Road Junction in Nandi is expected to get underway by the second week of December. This as contractors Higgins International put the final touches to the 4-lane project from Naisoso to the Vutulevu roundabout. Fiji Roads Authority Chief Engineer Zaina Khan says the groundwork for public utilities like the Fiji Electricity Authority, Telecom Fiji and the Water Authority are being sorted before the roadworks start.
We have utilities running on top of each other at different alignments and different depths, and all the different providers work together to get them in the right place so it all fits and is in the appropriate way, so that when someone goes back we know where it is.
FRA is vigorously working through the WAF 25 master plan in the Vutulevu Wailolo leg of the project before rolling out roadworks. Sports is up next. Here's Jamie with the latest.
Thanks, Jackie, and good evening. Coming up, John McKee reiterates a strong finish is necessary for flying Fijians, and injured prop is Seidolati to miss remainder of Rugby World Cup. Details after the break.
छू 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 हे नमस्ते फीजी, आपके हर एक प्रॉब्लम की दवा लेकर मैं आ गई हूँ 9 से 12 बजे तक आपकी सहेली रेनू। छू 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 40 में 20 का दिखना है। मैं हूँ ना आपके साथ में मिर्ची एफएम पर 9 से 12 बजे तक मंडे टू फ्राइडे। मिर्ची, इट्स हॉट।
Wales' upset win over England at the Rugby World Cup may have put a further dent in the Flying Fijians' quest for a quarter-final spot. However, coach John McKee has stated there is also a secondary goal that the team needs to keep in mind. Indra Singh has the details.
The reports and updates of the Rugby World Cup is proudly presented by Vodafone, Power to You, and Airports Fiji Limited, creating new experiences, Fiji's gateway to the world. In association with FMF, the right choice. Total Exilium New Generation, the fuel that cleans your engine kilometer after kilometer. Sun Insurance, for Fijians by Fijians. Supported by Fiji Airways, Deluxe, Island Chill, Comfort Home Furnishing, Rooster Chicken, Legal Aid, Land Transport Authority, and Central Rentals.
Putting his players through the phases at training, the Flying Fijians coach knows while they want to qualify for the quarterfinal, the third place is as equally important.
Well, certainly for us, that's important, and you know, it would be great to get to the quarterfinals, but third place is also something that's at stake as well.
Should Fiji fail to make the top three, there will be another difficult task of playing in the qualifiers for the 2019 tournament to be played in Japan.
And third place, you know, that qualification is a big prize for us, and you would hope by automatically qualifying that you feature better in the pool draw for the next World Cup. So third place is a big prize as well.
Maki has also confirmed there is likely to be changes made to the team to meet Wales on Friday.
Yeah, well, there'll be a few changes there that you know, I think will strengthen our team for this game.
And with the Welsh win, the Fijians have also taken out their calculators and keeping close eye on other results.
Oh, look, there's a possibility there depending on results, and you know, what we can do is control what we can control. So we concentrate on our games, and what happens in the other games happens.
And with the eyes on the quarterfinal and also a third place finish, later today the Fijian team find out if giant winger Nemani Nandolo will be eligible to feature for them in that match against the Welsh. His hearing is later tonight, and then the disciplinary committee will deliver its verdict. For now, it's all about the Rugby World Cup everywhere you go in the UK, and for Fiji, it's all about survival. Indra Singh, FBC Sports.
While the players continue to work hard in anticipation of the Wales game, Indra Singh spent some time today with a few first-timers at the World Cup and filed this report.
Okay, hitting the scrum machine in a bid to better themselves and also achieve personal milestones.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it, learning a lot of skills for scrumming against. Come in for Australia, scrum with Cape, so it's again great honor to scrum with him.
It has been a long, hard, winding road in the so-called pool of death, but again, it's also about playing some of the top guns of world rugby.
Yeah, we'll prepare very well for the couple of days next week. So I think it's going to be a tough game too. We're going to give it to Wales next weekend.
The Wales game is Fiji's best chance to spoil the party for the high-flying co-hosts, but it will sure not be an easy ride.
Yeah, just keep cheering, pray for Fiji for the last two games, keep cheering.
Family plays an important role for these players, and they are quick to point out the support they have received thus far.
Yeah, you know, it's been very helpful, you know, obviously not getting much game time, you know, so, you know, one good thing is the family's here so I can get away and, you know, switch off from it all.
So for the likes of Ravai, it's a chance to play in front of another sold-out stadium and in the process learn and become better. Indra Singh, FBC Sports.
The Flying Fijians held an open training session today and engaged the Swansea community. Amongst the host of locals who turned up were a few Fijians currently living in Swansea. Indra Singh again with more.
After a night to remember with Wales beating England, it was time to check out their next opponents and what Fiji might bring.
Well, the university is very, very keen to attract world-class sport here. That's why we're delighted to welcome our Fijian friends here.
While the heart may be for the home team, a chance to meet some of the best ruggers of the world was too hard to pass up.
To welcome especially smaller nations like ourselves who are passionate about rugby as we are. We love to welcome those to Swansea University. So that's why I think the people here today will know that they are seeing something special.
Swansea has opened its arms for the Fijians, and it is also working for the hosts.
Oh, it's an amazing experience. It's really great to see everyone playing.
And have you seen the Fijians training this morning?
Yeah, it's been. They look quite impressive actually. So Wales better be on their toes come Thursday night.
Not to be outdone, some Fijian fans also turned up to show support for their countrymen, knowing while small in numbers, presence makes a difference.
We're feeling so happy today, especially for the past week watching the rugby team training here in Swansea. It's just 5 families here. We live in Swansea at the moment, and it's been an honor coming to support the boys. during this World Cup.
And to top it off, we asked them who they think will win the Fiji-Wales game on Friday.
Well, obviously it'll be difficult for us not to go for a Welsh win, but I think it's going to be a tight game. It's going to be a close game, but I think Wales will prevail.
Yeah.
So as the countdown continues, it could be a titanic battle, and the hype is sure building in the city of Swansea.
Pob lwc I Cymru yn y dyfodol.
Interesting, FBC Sports.
Flying Fijian Issei Dolati has sustained a knee injury and will not be available for Fiji's remaining matches at the Rugby World Cup. The prop injured his left knee in a training session yesterday. Dolati was named on the bench in Fiji's first 2 pool matches and will return to his French club to be reviewed by their medical team for physiotherapy and rehabilitation. Reserve Taniela Koroi will join the Flying Fijians camp tomorrow as replacement for Dolati. Today, Ireland recorded their second victory in as many matches at the tournament, overcoming Romania 44-10. A World Cup record crowd of 89,267 fans turned up to witness the match at Wembley Stadium. Ireland's next match is against Italy next Monday. In another battle today, Scotland had to come from behind to beat USA 39-16 in a bonus point victory. Here are the match highlights.
Can they get this ball back and over the line for the first score? That's Lavasitelli, and it's there! Benefit from the offload capability of Feet out of Visa, and what a start to the second half it is for Scotland! Russell, the offload's there, and it's the other wing this time! Sean Nathan! The charge ball goes out to Matt Scott, and there is try.
Meanwhile, Fijians Tevita Kurindrani and Henry Spate touched down for a try each in the Wallabies' 65-3 win over Uruguay. The Wallabies had made 14 changes to the squad that defeated Fiji 4 days earlier. They crossed the line 11 times and were just too strong for Uruguay in all aspects of the match. Meanwhile, Fiji's next match at the World Cup is against Wales at 3:45 a.m. on Friday. You can watch that game and all matches from the tournament live on FBCTV. Junior the Reza Farzan Ali defeated Ulay Singalomai by technical knockout in the main bout of the Westwood boxing promotion in Nandi on Saturday night. Galumai could not continue in the 4th round as Ali's punches took its toll on the 43-year-old veteran. Ali says he came fully prepared for the fight and was content with the win.
I would be stopping earlier, because I was taking my time to let the fans enjoy the fight.
A similar promotion has been announced for Lambasa in December. That's it from Sports Tonight. It's back to Jackie now with business.
Rice Company of Fiji has for the first time crossed the $25 million mark in its sales. The company recorded a 14% growth in sales from $21.9 million in 2013 to $25.9 million in 2014. It also recorded a net profit increase from $2.13 million in 2013 to 2014 to $2.98 million in 2014 to 2015. Overcast conditions and showers were experienced over most parts of the country today. A trough of low pressure with associated cloud and showers remains slow moving to the west of Tuvalu and extends southeastwards over Fiji and Tonga. Meanwhile, a frontal system lies over southern Cooks and French Polynesia. Savu received the lowest temperatures today with 27 degrees, Suva received 28 degrees, and the rest of the centres received a high of 30 degrees. Tomorrow's occasional showers over Vanua Levu, Taviuni and nearby smaller islands in northern Lao group. Elsewhere, some showers, especially in the afternoon or evening. Moderate southeast winds, fresher times, moderate to rough seas. An outlook for Wednesday's showers, especially in the afternoon or evening. The main points again. Church minister charged for indecent assault and remanded as he is investigated further for other serious offences. Progress made in sale of government assets, and Kiribati President Anote Tong commends Fiji championing the realities of climate change in the Pacific. To the results from last week's poll question, we ask: is the level of police visibility on the road satisfactory? 84% voted no. This week we're asking, are there enough litter bins in public places? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Jackie Spate. Bye for now.